Welcome, everyone. It is November the 8th today, 2023, and we're on our last segment of the solar plexus chakra, the law of give and receive, the blessing and virtue of joy in the fifth dimension. So this is quite a bit review, and then there's one last thing at the very end, at the end of the law. But I hope you enjoyed this. It's quite interesting. I had a lot of help. SK's been very present.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So this is part 10. We've never taken 10 classes to do a segment before, but it was a good law. It was all good information, really interesting. Okay, so here we are. This is just a little bit of a reminder. We're in the solar plexus here, and the chakra system is like nature beaming out from within our perfection and wholeness, and reminding us to anchor in the heart and just understand the different dimensions and the different attributes to the chakras. So as I said, we've studied joy, the fifth dimension, and the law of give and receive with the solar plexus, the bright yellow. And there's that symbol for it. There's no accident that there's a triangle in the middle. Usually that's a symbol of the Trinity, and the Trinity can be the mother, the father, the child. It can be peace, love, and joy. It can be forgiveness, compassion, and gratitude. There's lots of meanings to the triangle, but the triangle is one of the strongest foundations or shapes for a foundation on planet Earth. The pyramids are triangles. Okay, so you can see that bright yellow goes right to the solar plexus in the fifth dimension. It's Archangel Gabriel that taught us joy. And joy is the color of gold. That means it's every shade to this darkest gold here. This gold is actually Archangel Gabriel's burnished gold. That's the ray that, or the color that she travels on. And SK's is more of a bright yellow, and Yahweh is really light yellow. Okay. And do stop me if you have any questions about anything. So this is a bit of a repeat of what what organs are connected to the solar plexus. The nervous system, the spleen, the stomach, the liver, and the gallbladder. Yes, Ken.
Who is Yahweh?
He's like the father, the mother, the father, the one. So Yahweh is the divine masculine, connected to the divine masculine.
Okay, so he's no, never mind. Okay.
Steve would tell us that the Father is the unknowable, but through the Council of Love, Yahweh was very present as Divine Father energy. He very golden, bright yellow, very much connected to creating. So if you're creating anything, to call on Yahweh. Okay, so as you can see, there's this crossover energy here. That is the balancing of the masculine and the feminine energy in the physical form. So the more we are imbalanced, all the organs balance, creations balance. It's what we're learning to mastery. This is our mastery, that magenta color connected to the third eye. And the bright yellow lemon is a wonderful thing to be understanding for our diet, for the cleansing within. So we're always cleansing the mental, emotional belief systems, as well as the physical form. Because when we're in human form and the food is, it's not as clean as it could be. So it's a good idea to practice intermittent fasting or drinking lots of lemon juice in the morning. Okay, so this is the definition for the divine quality of joy. to be fully thankful, grateful, and one with the gift of life, purpose, and spirit, to be a reflection of the perfection of the creation of self and all, to live in and remain with the heart for all time. Joy is the color of gold. So that reflection of the perfection of creation. So every time we look at nature, just know it's absolutely perfect, and so are we. Just keep remembering that. And then the old belief systems just melt away. Yes, Darren.
So if we stay in the heart, then we become a reflection of the perfection then?
Oh, you are a reflection of the perfection. You can be in the heart. I mean, we're anchoring more and more deeply in the heart. We want to emanate from the heart consciousness, but just know that you are the perfection. You are the reflection perfection.
Yeah, but the mirror is kind of dirty right now. It needs to be cleaned up.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's just a belief. Just remember.
Well, that's what needs to be cleaned up, right? The beliefs.
That's true.
Yeah, but they're not real. Those belief systems aren't real. It's us still believing them.
Yeah, but you still put the fog over the mirror.
Yeah, but the more you stare at nature and just realize it's perfection, and then bring that inside yourself, then as I said, then the belief systems don't operate. It's us remembering. Okay. So this is a little bit of from the joy meditation with Archangel Gabriel. This energy of gold, of yellow, of joy is all around us. So it's in every breath we breathe. It is the light, the sunlight. It's in the flowers, it's in the trees, it's in the birds, it's all around us. So it's just us remembering. Feel that energy and let yourself release and go deeper, deeper. Feel all muscles relax, a slight smile on your face, and breathe in that burnished old gold. And we ask the beings of gold, our beloved Archangel Gabriel, Sanat Kumara, Yahweh, to come and to stand around us and to help us remember our birthright, our core, our spark, our essence of joy. And this is our self-worth. Anchor in your heart more deeply until you feel as if that's all that you are, is just your heart, and feel the gold flame, part of your tri-flame that burns so brightly there. It's the color of a candle flame, of a campfire, of a midnight star. Go more deeply into your heart and feel the safety and security as this triad is around you, of Raj, of Gabby, and Yahweh Father. And let go just for a few minutes, let go. So just know, like, you can call them in, but they're really around us. It's like this, the divine is with us all the time. It's just us thinking that they're not. And it's in nature all around us. So I just thought that was a good little reminder. Yes, Darren.
Don't we have to ask them if we want their help?
Well, yeah, it's a good idea too, but they are there. They're right there.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to do anything until we ask, right?
Well, it's a co-creation. All our creations are co-creations. So yes, it's a good idea to ask. It's a very good idea. I think that's why they just keep reminding us that they're with us. So right. Yeah, it's a good idea to ask. It's a good idea to bring them in, to invite them to do things. What I'm finding with the readings lately is we're talking to the other side all the time, almost every reading now. It's like I'm a medium, but I'm not. But I can feel the energy of the ancestors who have passed that are in the reading room. So it's I don't know what's happening, but in the last 4 months, I think, almost every reading is people asking about loved ones. So that to me is a really good indication that the veil is getting very thin. Because that never happened before. with the readings. All right, so here's Archangel Gabriel. She says, welcome to all of you, and I bring you a bounty of joy this day, for there is always enough to go around and to share richly and fully, lavishly. Joy is who you are. You are the substance of love and the matter of joy. You are the embodiment of that essence of laughter and the tinkling of gladness, the song of freedom. All of these are interwoven as one, interwoven uniquely into your tapestry and into your being. You have shifted, my sweet angels, into the fifth dimension, into the new reality of Gaia. Yes, some do not know it, and that is why I bring this good news, for it is news etched in gold. But why do I choose to speak of this? Because in this reality, there is enormous joy. There is never-ending, infinite, eternal joy. So this is just us remembering that we are multidimensional. We are one with all the dimensions. The fifth dimension is all about managing change. And how do you do that? With joy, being in gratitude for everything. That's why she says never-ending joy. So when we wake up and consciously are grateful for everything, it sets the day up to be amazing. So I think it's a practice. And then once you get in the practice, then it just becomes second nature. And that was the role of the divine masculine in the tribal days. The men would get up and just bless everything. They would bless the women as the nurturers and the mothers. They would bless nature. They would bless the weather to help keep it stable. So it's a role for all of us, but it was especially a masculine role. And it's interesting because this is the color of the divine masculine. So it's just a good practice.
Wow.
Yes, Darren?
Would you say that the weather is unstable because people aren't doing that very much now?
Absolutely. If we were all in our joy, the weather would be very stable. If we were consciously getting up every morning and blessing the sun and the sky and the water and the trees, the weather would stabilize. Yes. Okay. And then Archangel Gabriel goes on. She says, does this mean that there are not people or situations or environments where the old debris of the old third that crumbles, that does not hurt you, irritate you, or cause you momentary pain? No, it doesn't. But what it does mean is that as that occurs, and as you witness that destruction of the old, that you have this wellspring, that you have this ocean of golden radiance to drink, to call upon, to nourish you. When you wish to heal, fill yourself with my golden elixir, for it will permeate every cell, every pore, every organ, your blood, everything, and it renews you. Joy is the anti-aging agent of the century, and it makes you beautiful and radiant, because there's nothing more beautiful than joy. It's interesting because I started to feel like I was getting a cold. I've been around people that are sick in the last couple of weeks. And so I was lying down right before doing this and just telling, fill me up, Archangel Gabriel. Fill me up with your golden elixir. And it makes you feel better almost instantly. So Ken, I highly recommend it. And then she goes on, she says, yes, I am a little biased, but I also know the truth. I am the lily of love. I am the trumpet of truth. And dear heart, my trumpet, my horn is gold. There is nothing meek and mild about gold. And yes, there are many who say that I am the most outspoken archangel there is. Well, I take that as a compliment because joy is outrageous. So it's a fun. And Archangel Gabriel is very matter of fact and strong. She's amazing. I've had a couple of readings with her and I wasn't feeling great, and she just lifts you up and she's like, come on, you can do this. So if you call on her, just know that's the energy that you will feel. And then she goes on and she says, joy is the still point between the masculine and the feminine. So I did find at one point, and I should find it again, that she said the frequency of joy, so that's the energy that goes up and down, is pink. So joy is golden. So the vibration of joy is golden, but the frequency is pink. So it makes sense that she says joy is the still point between the masculine and the feminine in the triflame. And still point is the silver, the truth that's embedded in the pink of the flame. It is all. So she says joy is all. It does not pick and choose. It is free and abundant to all. I am infusing you with this even as we speak. I want you to call and sing from the treetops, to spread your wings and fly, to rise like the phoenix from the ashes of the third and ascend. I will carry you if that's what it takes, and I will do so joyfully. Come with me, let us explore this wondrous mystery called joy. Yes, Darren.
Okay, if joy is a still point, how come you have, well, where is the still point in the
Right here,
triflame?
the silver.
Yeah, well, that's silver, that's not gold.
Well, still point is truth, and that's the silver. Still point. It's the real stillness in the triflame. That's the silver piece, right? It's a tiny little flame embedded in the pink.
Okay, but isn't joy the golden elixir?
Yeah, but that's something different. You can fill yourself with gold. You can just breathe it in. That's the golden elixir. You can pretend that a drink is the golden elixir and drink it. You can breathe it.
So joy can be different colors then?
Well, different colors of gold. So lightest gold to darkest gold. But the frequency, whoopsie, where's that? The frequency, see how she says joy is the still point?
Yeah.
I heard her say one time, and I'll dig it out. The frequency of joy is pink.
Oh, that's right. Oh.
Yeah. So the vibration of joy is golden, and the still point, the joy connected to the still point is pink. Just know, like, it's all interconnected. Like the way that this information works, it's all interconnected. You can't have truth without love, and love without truth, and it's all interconnected. There's peace, the blue energy within self-worth. So it's all interconnected. The main thing is to remember, especially with this law, is to be in that state of forgiveness of everything. And our ascension is in gratitude for everything, everyone, basically. So this forgiveness and gratitude is very much connected to the law of give and receive. And joy is here, she's saying it's the still point between the masculine and the feminine. So that's like the perfect balance. It's understanding forgiveness and gratitude, peace and joy. To create the love, to create everyone's ascension. It's very simple when it comes down to it. It's just, there's just a few words that are really important, and this law brings it out. So here's the universal law of give and receive. This is just a quick overview, and I always say forgive and receive. And it's funny because I did a circle on Sunday morning, and I only had one person show up, but it's this young guy, and his mom is dying from cancer, and he thought that she was leaving on the Monday, but she hasn't yet. And he wanted to do the law of karmic dispensation. And there was no accident that he wanted to do it, because SK wanted to show me how it's connected to the law of give and receive. And the throat chakra is the law of karmic dispensation. And in that is forgiveness and gratitude. And also in the solar plexus, the blue right above the belly button, which is the yellow, it's the law of give and receive. So you can see the balancing work. It's balancing between the masculine and the feminine, and they keep bringing it up so that we understand. And here he's saying in the older times, and in many ways, when the human beings, the collective, were more sophisticated, the honoring of Gaia, the giving of gifts, and no, we do not include human sacrifice in this, but the giving of gifts, the ritual, the ceremony, the connection was also a receiving to Gaia. It was a giving of the humans, but it was a receiving with great joy on her part. And so now so many humans are forgotten. So this is what I'm talking about, the weather. It would be easy for her to balance the weather if we were all in gratitude to Gaia for everything she gives us. And to be in forgiveness, especially of this human sacrifice part, because there's a good chance we all participated in that unknowingly. And that is why it's so difficult to do this work, because we feel unforgivable. It's really hard to sit in meditation and ask about that. But back in 2015, I sat still for a month, and that's what I got to. After a month, I saw things and I was like, whoa, what is this? So the job is to just look at it with non-judgment, with complete forgiveness and just gratitude that we're through that piece. But I think that's what's up right now. I've had a couple of friends that have been dreaming of that type of thing that's happened on the planet. So I was able to explain it to them, but that's pretty much what's up right now. Maybe what Ken's clearing out, like for the collective, there is some really deep old energy that's up right now. And she goes on, she says, but you, my beloved friends, you are the repatterners, you are the way showers, you are the regridders, and you give this gratitude to Gaia, this acknowledgement of her beauty, of her might, of her love and support. And she receives it with a glad heart, an enormous gratitude. Then what does she do with it? She returns it to you as energy, as bounty, as support. You see, the flow of give and receive is unending. It is in accordance with the law of movement, the law of change. There is never-ending flow, but it is the balance between the give and the receive. And as Gaia receives your gratitude, your love, your expressions of love, then she receives that energy. The fuel of the universe is love. So you refuel her, and then she refuels you, and so it goes. So I tried to make these hearts go kind of in a circle, us giving gratitude, and then her giving us bounty and energy and bounty and support. You see, I was trying to do that so you could see it. But yeah, the most important thing is to be like, wake up in gratitude to Gaia for the weather and everything, but even to go down and visit her and say thank you. And then from the universal law of change, because this was brought up here, the law of movement, the law of change, in accordance with the law of change. So what the mother told us was she gave us 4 points about ascension. She said relationship, financial security, adventure, and meaningful work. And when they give us these lists, I'm the one that always says, well, let's do I am with them. And when I look at relationship, then it's obviously with ourselves to do the balancing work in the masculine and the feminine, but it's with Gaia, it's with our own mothers and the mother, with our own fathers and the father, with our siblings and our star family, you know, whoever were our early caregivers. It's that peace within, and that creates amazing foundation for everything. And from there, financial security happens, adventure happens, and meaningful work. So it's basically peace, love, and joy. Those are the 3 main ones that kept coming up in all my readings, reminding us forgiveness, compassion, and gratitude. Okay, so then this is us flowing that love to Gaia. So it goes down to her and it flows between us. This Gaia, this mighty archangel, is a master transmuter. She forgives us for all the atrocities that have happened here. The And give and receive is at the speed of love, and that is the speed of light squared, and that's really fast. We don't even have measurements for that. So that's how fast she loves us and how we can love her and be in that forgiveness of everything for self. And that's how fast she forgives us for everything that's happened here. Because, wow, we've done so much to this planet that's out of alignment. She's put up with a lot. And then someone called in and said, but I don't have these issues anymore. Why do I still need to work on them? And SK said, the reason is you would work on the release for the collective. So as our fields expand, we're holding the space for the collective to ascend. And a really great mantra is this one, to say, I receive, I allow, I accept, I give, I am gratitude. And in the gratitude is joy and love. But just to know that we're here to be really deep compassion and non-judgment of what has happened here, and not to take sides. As soon as we take sides, then we're not in that place of forgiveness of self. Yes, Darren.
Yeah, and as we get more into the we consciousness, then we are working for the collective more and more all the time.
The we consciousness, you mean I am?
Well, no, that we are all one. You know, everybody is one humanity, basically.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. But it's much easier when we're in balance.
Well, yeah, everything is.
Okay. Yep. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, so this is what I was talking about the law of karmic dispensation and the law of give and receive. See the yellow there and the blue there? So the law of karmic dispensation is the opportunity for us to forgive those who have harmed us, but even more important, for us to forgive ourselves. It is the gift of forgiveness to ourselves for not expressing and experiencing ourselves as divine. This law of karmic dispensation is a gift freely given and therefore must be freely received. So there you go. That's like give and receive connected to the law of karmic dispensation. And then the law of give and receive is all about that as well. So you can see how interconnected all this work is. And the funny thing is, when I figured this out, oh my gosh, I started sneezing like crazy. So if you, well, I think I knew it before, but it's like when you get it again, it's a good thing because I tend to forget. There's so much information you forget. But I got it after I did the circle with the young guy, and I was just sitting waiting for the readings to happen, and I was like, oh my goodness. And I knew I had to bring that attention to all of us, because and it's easy to find the meditations. If you want to go in and do them, just go in the pink circle and scroll down to meditations, and the karmic dispensations right at close to the top, and then scroll lower for give and receive if you feel like you want to do both. And you might feel like sneezing, and that's usually the other side commending you. Just so you know. Okay, so then this is also in the law of give and receive. We are in co-creation with our guides. So one of the things that was recommended was to ask them to deliver us things. And the funny thing is that the recommendation they used was X. I'm asking you to deliver me X. And then last night I found Greg Braden talking about chromosomes. And guess what? Chromosomes look like an X. And he was talking about how us as humans on the planet and which ones were manipulated and how that's all coming forth now. So it's kind, I can send out that information if anybody's interested in that. There was a post written about it.
Yeah, I'd like to see that, sure.
Okay. And there is a, if you want to go to my Facebook, there's a video right at the top. And
Okay.
it's really interesting, or just scroll down a couple. It's really interesting to hear him talk about it, because even he's blown away by it.
Okay,
So,
thanks.
yeah, no problem. So Gabriel says, I am asking, or
Yeah.
we're to ask Gabriel, I am asking you. Yes, Ken.
Is there any way I can get back this cough? I'm tired of it.
Give
I've
it
been doing
back.
this for 2 months.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you've been asking to do that, haven't you?
Oh boy, yes, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the
Yes.
last time that we chatted, I was wondering if you should even go to the doctor and ask for some antibiotics, just to, because 2 months seems like a really long time.
Okay, I will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Gabriel says, I'm asking you to bring, or we are to ask Gabriel, I'm asking you to bring me a wellspring of joy. So when you do that, you'll find it's very uplifting. And the joy is very uplifting, and it's, you just automatically are in a deeper gratitude. And then the work with Yeshua is, I'm asking you to bring me the ability to multiply fishes into delicious meals, but that's the magic, the belief in the magic. So it's all like just us co-creating with the other side. And then SK says, the biggest creation in giving and receiving right now for all of you is the declaration and the truth that you are joining Gaia in the fifth. So in the joy, that never ending joy, that you are giving her the illusions, the fragments, the strings that still tie you, whatever they are, it matters not. And that you are receiving the full impact of shifting dimensions. So yeah, it's just like, just opening up and remembering who we are more and more and more. And then this is the information about the fifth dimension. It's just it's a growth opportunity to manage change, the ability to move through change in ways that are loving, kind, considerate of self and the collective, and respectful of the grander plan of unfoldment, just knowing that we're constantly in a process of change. Everywhere is. And this is the understandings about the dimensions, how they're not fixed points. They're circle dancing, moving and expanding constantly. There's constant movement with and between all dimensions. They are fluid. So it's just us understanding that we are remembering how multi-dimensional we are, and that they're just classrooms that we're going in and out of. When there is discussion about moving from one dimension to another, simply think of it as moving from one classroom to another, passing from one grade to another, while understanding that sometimes you have to go back and review basic principles in order to remind yourself what you learned and forgot. And the qualities of the fifth dimension are patience, stamina, humor, and wisdom. Okay, and there we are. The universal laws are simply the laws of this universe. They are the understanding of how your universe works and operates. The basis of these laws is love. So within the tri-flame is the understanding of the water energy, the mother, the sunlight, the father, the give and the receive. And the mother is always watching over us. So this is a picture that was taken in Serbia or Yugoslavia by someone of the mother at a sacred site. And how we're balancing and remembering our divinity And oh, this is me making Christmas cards.
Yeah.
So when I took this one in, family peace, world peace, the guy didn't know what to do, like the owner of the shop, and that's the one that's been selling. So so that's a good sign. And then yeah, I did this one with joy, and I did these snowflakes a long time ago, but I didn't realize like that's the crossover energy of the masculine and the feminine in truth and purity. So that was good. And then I did these little elves, be like a tree, but that's just peace. I didn't put be like a tree. So lots of fun. I've been creating the Christmas cards. Okay, so then Raj says holding the sense of inner peace, being like a tree, and eradicate by giving away for the collective that sense of that need to be right, because the need to be right is what leads to wars. So just if you feel like you're being right about something inside of yourself, that's a good one to just stand back from and just let it go. Because it's yeah, we're here to create the equality. Okay. And they're being like a lighthouse, holding the light, holding the center, so that others could find that sense of calm and peace. I find that I do that a lot when I'm out in the public, just being that calm and that peace, because there's quite a bit of distress in the air. And I notice when within myself, when I'm go deeper and deeper into forgiveness and gratitude, then I feel more and more protected. So I can go safely into the chaos, and I can view it and not attract it to myself. So that deep, deep forgiveness of the past, whatever it is that we've gotten up to, because we've all played lots and lots of roles here, and we have engaged in actions that are not of love, but we would have done that quite purposefully, so that when we got to this lifetime, we would be gratitude and compassion and forgiveness and stand back, so that we'd be examples for the collective to do that. So, and then understanding universal law is a way of protection, understanding I am and practicing that, and understanding and being the divine states creates a real bubble of protection all around you. Yes, Darren.
So what do you mean being in divine state? What would you say that is?
Well, forgiveness, compassion, gratitude,
Okay.
peace, love, joy, all the divine qualities and the blessings and virtues, humility. We've studied compassion, humility, fortitude, awe, and joy. And next week we'll be starting on prudence.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just understanding the divine states, and then recognizing when we are when they're helpful, when we're out in the world or just in everyday life. Okay, so now this is the very last question for the law of give and receive, and it was a fellow from Mexico, and he said, I am from Mexico. Can you say something about Mexico? Because you know how it is right now. There's so much going on and violence. So this was in 2013. It is still very violent in Mexico. They've had years and years of unprosecuted murders happening there, gangs, and lots of issues. And so he's asking, I know this is a bit off of giving and receiving. I really wanted to say something about my nation because I'm concerned, but I want to know when all these situations going on there will stop. And Raj says, but the breaking down, dear heart, of false grids and what is going on in Mexico in terms of the violence is no different than what is going on in Syria, Afghanistan, or any of the other hotspots, shall we say, of conflict. Whether it is political or drugs or violence, it is one individual thinking that they have the right to be in ascendancy over others, and that is unacceptable. That is an illusion. and it is an illusion that is not of love. So it is coming to the surface in all of us. So the inner work, this is how important our inner work is. And it looks awful, it looks horrendous, but if you don't see the dirt, how do you clean it? So peace will reign in Mexico. This is a place that has special favor. The culture is community, it is sharing. It is rich, and that will return. Do not worry. Literally, Our Lady is watching over. So the Divine Mother, I think it's the Lady of Guadalupe, who is one of the Divine Mother's beings, watches over Mexico. And yeah, it's just the more we delve into the work within ourselves, then the outer reflection becomes peace and calm. So that's how important the inner work is. Okay, so and then next week we will speak about the law of attachment and detachment, the beautiful law again, in keeping with the balance of and the unity of that balance. You cannot simply have one side without the other. It is that simple. And the Buddha is going to come. Buddha is going to talk to us about this law. So this I did include in the law of give and receive from the Arcturians. They said a year ago, if you seek all that you have ever wanted by going within, then what eventually happens is you get everything you've ever wanted, but it doesn't seem as wonderful as you had always imagined it to be, because it was never about having something. It was always about being something and feeling something. So this is how important the laws are, and the blessings and virtues, and feeling and understanding. So, and I think that's all I have. Oh yeah, and then the soul conversation. Been doing lots of soul conversations, and sending that out. It's a very powerful way to bring the self to peace, actually. And I'm not quite sure why that happens, but when I'm driving, I will do these soul conversations with different people around me, and I just get to a state where I'm really peaceful. So I highly recommend them, just doing it, memorizing it and doing it every day with anyone you're concerned about. And I think that's it. So we could do our sending now. Yep, we're right on time. Shall we send out peace, love, and joy out to the collective? The law of give and receive, and joy, definitely joy out to the collective. So,
Well, peace and joy, that's for sure.
peace and joy. Yeah. Okay. So let me just set the timer for 10 minutes. No, we did a good little overview of the solar plexus, the fifth dimension, joy, and the law of give and receive. So let's send that all out to the collective. Everybody ready? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to put myself on mute, and I've got the timer set here. Okay. There we go. Well, I was blasting Ken. Mhm. Okay. Anything, did you want to add anything, Paula?
I'm just very thankful. I was given a lot of gratitude to Gaia too tonight, and just for the fact that we get to share this with each other and become more knowledgeable, and the fact that we're living through this is pretty profound. And I'm blessed that I'm awake enough to understand it and be open enough to accept it and take it in.
Beautiful.
A
Thank you.
blessing. Yeah.
Well,
it's a
well
blessing.
said. Well said.
Yeah.
As
Thank you.
Amelia would say. Beautiful. Thank you. Wow. That's so nice. Yeah. So if we can just wake up like that every day, that's
Mhm.
the key. And then it sets the day up for a lovely day.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. Well, as I said, I'll be back on, today's Wednesday, isn't it?
Well,
Right.
Oh, I was thinking it was Friday. Okay. So I'll get the next one ready for Friday. Yeah. Okay. I've got my work cut out for me. Okay. Okay. I'm going to thank everybody for in the future who's watching these, and I'm just going to turn off the recording right now.